All right, we're live.
Terrific. Good morning, everybody. I'm so delighted to see you. I apologize that I can't seem to get glare off of me when I'm speaking, but that's good because I won't talk a lot. So that's how we'll solve that problem. But welcome, everybody. So happy that you're all here. Thank you for taking the time to be with us today. I want to welcome actually a couple new members one new member to our board, Dan Klingerman. Dan, I can't tell if you're on because I can't see everybody. But if you are, welcome to the Board of Governors. We're so happy to have you here with us. So let me now ask all board members to go off of mute so that we can take a roll call. Sharissa, if you would do that.
And I'll do that for Sharissa. She's out today, so we'll get rolling.
Oh, okay.
That's all right. Governor Bogle. Representative Briggs.
Present.
Great. Governor Gendelsberger.
Present.
Governor Hancox.
Here.
Secretary Jones or Tara Williams for the governor.
Here.
Great. Governor Klingerman.
Here.
Good morning. Governor Mazur. Secretary Garcia. Representative Roy.
Here. Sorry.
Oh, I got it. Thanks, Tanya. Representative Roy.
Here.
See you. Senator Schwenk.
Here.
And I see you, Chair Shapira. Governor Skinner.
Here.
Governor Smith.
Here.
Governor Walder. I think she had a conflict. Governor Weaver.
Here.
See the Governor Yeomans. I see
Here.
you. All right. And our faculty liaison, Dr. Morris. Not sure if she's able to be with us. I know she had a family obligation. All right, Madam Chair, we can proceed.
Thank you very much, Randy. I appreciate that. So before we begin, we'll hear any public comment. Randy, let me ask you if you'll moderate this portion of the meeting.
Sure. If there are any members of the public, either at the system office in Vartan Way or on the Zoom who wish to offer comments, press *9 now, and that will raise your hand in the virtual world. And that'll give you a moment to speak. Just give you an opportunity, *9. All right. There are no hands raised, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you very much. Let us continue then to the business for the day. We are here for two action items. The first is to vote on the appointment of the next president of Slippery Rock University. And the second is to appoint a student board of governors member to fill the position that is left as Zakaria has now graduated. So let's start with the presidential appointment for Slippery Rock University. And before we begin, let me first thank President Barry for providing so much notice as he plans for retirement from his position as president. Because of that, thank you so much again, President Barry. We've been able to search for and select a president well enough in advance to ensure that we're going to have a smooth handoff in July. And Bill, let me also thank you for your continued leadership at Slippery Rock as we prepare for the transition next summer. The selection of a new president is a unique opportunity for the entire campus community and for the leadership of the state system to come together. And it really does help us shape the future of the university and indeed the system. So in accordance with our policy, the process began on campus with the formation of an inclusive, diverse, and cross-representative search committee. Their first task was to work together to identify what the university would need in its next president, what the leadership skills and traits were that would align with the future trajectory of the university. And also keeping in mind, of course, the system as we are in phase 3 of system redesign. And that process involved the committee gathering input from students, faculty, staff, alumni, and many, many others. The members of the search committee then pored over that information and developed a leadership profile document that served as the committee's guide when considering who might be best to fulfill the role. And following a very robust national recruitment effort, the committee reviewed the candidate pool and conducted multiple interviews with a number of candidates. The committee then completed its work and made its recommendations to the Council of Trustees, which advanced the top 2 candidates to the chancellor. And then Dan recommended those candidates to the Board of Governors for our consideration. So let me thank the Council of Trustees, chaired by Dom Ianta, and the Presidential Search Committee, chaired by Jeff Smith, for all of their hard work. And let me also thank our search consultant, Dana Kohick from RPA, for providing excellent support and assistance. This has been a locally driven process that responds to the needs of the university while recognizing that Slippery Rock is a critical component of a larger state system. And it's in a very real sense, it's a living example of our system redesign promise, which gives universities greater responsibility over their strategic development in return for a higher degree of accountability to the board and to each other. So after that, those introductory and context-setting remarks to the matter at hand. Last week, the Board of Governors interviewed the top 2 candidates and concluded that Dr. Karen Riley will be the next president of Slippery Rock University. Karen is an experienced educator and leader, having served recently as dean at the University of Denver and currently as provost at Regis University. The university is already in a very good position, and Karen will no doubt help lead it to even greater heights. So without further ado, I move that the Board of Governors appoints Dr. Karen Riley as president of Slippery Rock University of Pennsylvania, effective July 1st, 2023, and authorizes the chairwoman and the chancellor to execute the necessary documents. Do I have a second? Thank you. Thank you, Sam. Okay, any discussion?
Board members, just click the raise hand feature if you have.
And Randy advised me if there is.
There are no hands raised from the board members.
All right then, wonderful. Okay. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Are there any
Aye.
opposed? Any opposed? Okay. Wonderful. Hearing no opposition, the motion carries. Congratulations, Dr. Riley. Would you like to offer any brief comments to the board?
Well, thank you very much, Madam Chair, Governors, Chancellor Greenstein. It will truly be my honor to serve as the next president of Slippery Rock. I'm both excited and humbled by this opportunity. I look forward to working with the faculty, staff, students of Slippery Rock to advance its impressive trajectory and to build on its previous success. I'm also excited to work within the PASHE system to advance the broader collective educational goals of the citizens of Pennsylvania. My husband, Steve, and I are thrilled to be joining the Slippery Rock community and are also looking forward to being able to spend some additional time with family and friends who live in Western Pennsylvania. For my husband, Steve, this will be coming home. I want to say a special thank you to Jeff Smith and to all the members of the search committee and the people that I met during my time of interviewing. They've been great ambassadors, both for Slippery Rock University and for the system. And they have already made us feel very, very welcome. So thank you all very much again. It will truly be my honor.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. We all look so forward to working with you. And then for our final item of business, we also will appoint a new student board member to fill the seat following Zakaria's graduation this month. So let me now turn to Sam Smith, Chair of the Governance and Leadership Committee, to move forward that motion.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just as a reminder, the process for selecting a student board member began months ago when the system invites the university presidents to nominate students from their respective schools. That process, as it has in the past, yields an excellent and diverse pool of students from which 2 finalists were selected and interviewed by members of the Governance and Leadership Committee. And frankly, any one of the students nominated would be great. And the 2 we interviewed were both, for all practical purposes, were equally qualified and would have been a benefit to the Board of Governors. So we don't feel we could have made any bad decisions today on that regard. But based on those interviews, based on the supporting materials provided by the candidates, the letters of recommendation by their presidents, we are bringing to the board Derek Harshberger from Penn West, California. Derek has been lauded by the university president in a letter of recommendation and is well prepared to take on this role with the Board of Governors. And so with that, I move that the Board of Governors appoints Derek Harshberger as a student member of the Board of Governors.
Thank you for that motion, Sam. Do I hear a second?
So moved.
Thank you. And before I ask for any discussion, let me turn to President Pearson, Dr. Dale, to say a few words about Derek.
My pleasure, Chair Shapira, or Dr. Shapira. Derek Harshberger is of Duncanville, Pennsylvania. He is a junior on the California campus of Pennsylvania Western University, where he is an honors student working toward a bachelor's degree in communication studies with a minor in event planning and management. Derek is an active, very active student leader. He is a secretary of the university's honor program and a coach for the honors students, president of the Rainbow Alliance, president of the Student Government Association, and a member of the Alpha Lambda Delta National Honor Society. He has served as conference chair to the Board of Student Governors Presidents and as vice president of the board of directors for the Student Association Incorporated. In addition, Derek has served as Penn West students as the daytime chair of the Student Activities Board and also a peer mentor. In his free time, he works through his various study roles on student development, orientation program, and also he's an event specialist, really meeting the needs of our on-campus and off-campus students. Derek describes himself as an advocate for his campus community who is passionate about addressing student concerns, making a positive difference in his fellow students. Derek is a true leader, and he will serve the Board of Governors and Pennsylvania Western University very well. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Dale, so much. Derek, you are simply amazing. Is there any further discussion?
Madam Chair, I can't find the raise hand feature.
Go ahead.
Where are they
please.
hiding it? I can usually find it. I don't know where they're hiding it.
All right.
But anyways, usually when there is a new student member, we get a packet of information with the biographical information and their qualifications and so on. I may have missed an email. Was that sent out to us?
No, Representative Roy, thank you for that. The 2 finalists or the 2 candidates weren't, they were interviewed just this morning, just before this meeting. We knew we were doing this meeting to appoint the president for Slippery Rock, and we thought, well, if we can do it, let's see if we can get this in as well in time before the holidays. So we didn't know who the finalist was until about 15 minutes ago, but I apologize for not sending that to you in advance.
And we opted for the fact that if we could get this done with the holiday, obviously, the holiday week coming up, to reconvene the board would take a while. So, we made the choice for trying to do it in such a way that we could get the appointment completed before the holiday and without having to reconvene the board.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's, I can understand why it's being done that way. That's not the best way to do it. I like to be very thorough in my decisions. And, since I've been on the board, we have had some really, really, really good student members. We have a couple now that do a great job. Other student members have, been minimally involved over the years. And I like to be really thorough when I do everything. I always spend a lot of time preparing for these meetings, make sure I understand what I'm voting on. And I'm sure Derek is well qualified and he'll do a good job. And I realize, candidates are vetted at the local level and stuff, but I just really do think it's important that, board members have a little bit of time to kind of, think about things and look at things and, dig around a little bit, just to, make sure that we're making good, effective decisions. And then my second question is, I should know this. We passed legislation, it got signed into law a couple years ago, with public meetings adding agenda items. I can't remember if the board is under that or not. I don't know if the legal staff is in the phone, but like township supervisors and school boards and stuff. There's a process now that you have to do to amend, when agenda items are added at the last minute. I'm not sure if we're under that or not. I don't know if he's on the phone now or not.
We are under that, and this was added to the agenda.
Okay, so we
before the time break. Yes.
Okay, so we complied with that.
We
okay,
did.
Good.
Yeah, thank you, Representative.
So, well, I'm going to take a leap in faith here, and from what I heard, Derek sounds like a really solid person. I think he will benefit the board, but I do ask that in the future that we be given the information ahead of time, just to make sure that we're making thorough decisions, not something just with a few minutes notice.
Your point is very well taken. Absolutely. So apologies for that. Just to reiterate for your own comfort level, these nominations obviously went through a lot of vetting to even get to the two, and then at the chancellor's office level, and then of course they were both thoroughly interviewed. But your point is totally well taken, and we will be more respectful of that in the future. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Okay, further discussion?
No hands raised.
Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed?
No hands raised.
Randy, any hands? Okay. Okay, that's right. Well, congratulations, Derek. I think you're on. Would you like to say a few words?
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm honored to serve as a student voice, and I look forward to working with you to really voice PASHE's mission.
Wonderful. And we look forward to working with you as well. All right, wonderful. Well, before we close, I want to state for the record that the board met in executive session on December 12th from 11 a.m. to 3:15 p.m. to discuss personnel matters. Is there any other business to come before the board? Okay, Randy?
No hands raised.
Hands raised or anything? All right, then hearing none, we stand adjourned, and a wonderful, wonderful Merry Christmas, healthy, Happy New Year to everyone. And I look forward to seeing you in the new year.